Hello friends, subscribers and new viewers of this channel. In this tutorial we explain how to install and run CogVideo and CogVideoX text-to-video models locally in Python on Linux Ubuntu Machine. CogVideo and CogVideoX are an open source video generation models. There are not so many open source text-to-video models, and consequently let us give it a try. The current implementation produces videos up to 6 seconds, and you can see some examples over here. We have also noticed that the implementation is very sensitive to the user-defined text prompts. You have to write proper text prompts to generate decent videos. The authors of CogVideo and CogVideoX suggest to use some other models to generate good text descriptions. We did not have time to investigate this further. We will explain this issue later on in this tutorial. Here is the Python code that I used to generate the videos. Note over here that I didn't simply copy and paste this code from GitHub or from the Hugging Face website. Namely, I had to solve one very important issue, and the issue was with memory. Namely, if you just copy and paste the code, and if you have, for example, NVIDIA 3090 with 24 GB of VRAM, you will not be able to run the code. You will have to do several modifications, and I will explain them in the sequel. This code is relatively simple. Over here we define the text. For example, this is the text for the panda video. Then over here we specify the path to our model. I downloaded the model from the Hugging Face, and here I'm loading the model. Then over here we define the parameters, and over here we generate the video, and finally we save the video. Simple as that. 37 lines of code. Here are the official repository websites. First of all, here is the Hugging Face page, and secondly, here is the GitHub page. What we will do in this video tutorial, we will run the model locally. That is, we will download the model from the Hugging Face, and we will also download or clone the GitHub repository. However, before we start with the explanations, we have to mention the following. In order to run this model on your local machine, you have to have a relatively decent GPU. In my case, I'm running CogVideoX on NVIDIA 3090 GPU with 24 GB VRAM memory. Initially, I was experiencing some memory issues. However, after implementing a few tricks, I was able to generate the videos, and I will explain what are these tricks and what you need to change. Then, as far as software is concerned, you need to have Python version from 3.10 to 3.11 and Linux Ubuntu. I'm running the model on Ubuntu 22.04 and Python 3.10. I didn't try to run and install the model in Windows. Okay, so let's start with the installation procedure. First, open a terminal, click over here and search for terminal. And here is the terminal. Then in this terminal, first type NVIDIA SMI to verify that you have the proper GPU and that the system is able to recognize GPU. So if you see something like this, in my case I have NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3090, and you can see the power consumption, etc. It's very important to see this. If you don't see this, then install the proper drivers for your GPU. First of all, let's run these two commands to update and upgrade before we install everything. Enter your password. And after that, you need to run sudo apt upgrade. Let's just wait for a second. Here it is. And this will take some time. Next, in case you don't have Git installed on your system, run this to install Git. Okay, let's continue. Then you have to make sure that you have Git support for large-scale files, and we can install this support by running this command and another command. So first of all, this one. And over here you need to wait, since this will take some time. And after this command, you need to run this sudo apt-get install git lfs. LFS stands for large file support. And here it is. And you need to initialize it by running this. Now you can download large files from Git. Okay, so then we need to create the base folder for our project. First of all, make sure that you're in the home folder. Then over here, execute this line to create the codes folder. I'm not going to execute this line since I already have the codes folder. However, you should do that. After you do that, navigate to the codes folder. And inside of this folder, you need to clone this remote repository. Here it is. We need to clone this. Okay, so let's run this. What will happen now? We are going to download the files and folders from this remote repository, and inside of the codes folder we will have another folder called CogVideo. So let's see this folder. Here it is, CogVideo. So let's navigate to that folder, and here it is. However, the story doesn't end here. We still need to download the model files. However, before we do that, let's create and activate our Python environment. A lot of viewers of my channel ask me, why do I always create a virtual environment when I want to install a new program or to play with some model? Well, this is a very good practice since I often need to customize the installation of certain packages in my virtual environment. If I do it in my base environment, I might completely destroy my base environment with different package versions. Consequently, it's always a good practice to create a virtual environment and to customize packages in this virtual environment. First of all, let's create virtual environment called environment1, and then let's activate this environment by sourcing this file, activate, and now you can see that the environment is activated. Okay, next, let's install all the necessary libraries. Namely, over here, you will have this file requirements.txt. And you can actually open this file. Let's do it like this. Codes, CogVideo, and you will see the requirements. These are all the libraries that you need to have in order to run this code. Okay, so let's install these packages. We will simply type pip install with an option R and these requirements. And now everything will be installed. Now here you have to be patient since it will take some time to install everything. After this, you need to install Hugging Face Hub library. So let's do that. And then we need to pip install upgrade, OpenCV Python, transformers and diffusers. Okay, so this will also take some time. Good. Next, we need to create a model folder for downloading the model weights. Consequently, over here, make sure that you're in CogVideo folder and create another folder called model files. And let's navigate to this model files folder. And then let's retrieve the path of this folder. This is very important since later on we will need to insert this path in our code. So here it is. So copy and paste this path somewhere here. I did it over here. Next, we need to write a simple Python script that will download the remote Hugging Face repository. In my tutorial, I'm going to use Visual Studio Code. And here it is. Then I will create a new file. I will call it download.py. Here it is. Save it in model files folder. This is very important. Next, I will simply copy and paste this code and I will execute it. So here it is. Let's paste it over here. So first of all, we need to, from Hugging Face Hub, import snapshot download, and after that we need to call this function snapshot download. This function will go to the remote Hugging Face repository. Here it is, and it will download the model. The model will be stored in this folder. And this folder is actually, or better to say its path, is this path over here. Home, Alexander, codes, CogVideo model file. So you should simply paste the output of pwd over here. Okay, now let's execute this code To do that, you simply need to press Ctrl-Shift-P, then search for Python, select Python, select interpreter, click here, and make sure that you're running Python executable from your virtual environment. That is here. Now, run this, and this will download the code. And you will see over here that the process will be started. Here it is. Now you're downloading everything from this remote Hugging Face repository. And we can actually go to that remote repository. Let me just retrieve the link and show you. Here it is. Okay, let's go here. And we are actually downloading these files. You can see over here that you have tokenizer, transformers, and VAE files. Here they are. You can click over here and you can see all the files. That's it. You see these files are not big. However, if you look into transformer, you can see that here you have around 4 GB and some other files are around like 5, 6. So I think in total this code is around like 10 or something like that gigabyte, maybe even more. Now you see here the download process. After the download process is completed, let's inspect the file. So let's see our folder. It's here. It's then in codes. Let me just type it here. And over here, CogVideo, we can see over here model files. And over here, we can, for example, go to see the transformers. Here they are, etc. All other files are over here. VAE file, here it is. Perfect. And we can continue. Next, go back to the Visual Studio Code or to your favorite Python editor. Create a new file. I will call it test.py and I will save it. Now here you have to be careful where are you going to save it. I will save it in the model files, save it, and here it is. And in order to make this video tutorial as short as possible, I will simply paste the content of this file and I will explain the file line by line. Over here we are importing Torch. That is, we are importing PyTorch, and here is the first important modification I made. Namely, to release some memory, simply run this to empty the cache. Then from diffusers, import this this module or library or function even. Then from diffusers, utils import export to video such that we can save at the end the generated video. Over here you can define your text. For example, this is the standard text that is found on the official website. That is, this text will simply generate Panda that's playing the guitar. And over here we need to define our pipe, or better to say to create the pipe. And here's another modification I made. Over here you need to specify the path to the models folder. That is, you need to specify the path to this folder over here. And this is the base folder of the model. That is, you don't need to specify the path to this folder, that is to the GitHub folder. You need to specify the path to this folder, and this is very important, and this is actually the path that I retrieved by using pwd. Then you need to specify data type float 16, and over here again, here's my modification. I'm again emptying the cache. If you don't put this, the code will not work on GPUs such as NVIDIA 3090. Then over here is another modification. You need to run this to be able to run this model on GPUs that have, for example, 24 GB of VRAM. And over here we define prompt embeddings. We specify the prompt, that is the text. We specify some other parameters. Over here we specify max sequence length. I noticed that this number is actually hard-coded somewhere else in some other files. Namely, if you try to change this number, there will be an error. Consequently, you need to modify some implementation files such that this number is not hard-coded. Then you need to specify the computing device, its CUDA, and over here data type. Then again, here's my modification. I'm simply emptying the cache, and over here I'm generating the video. I'm specifying the number of inference steps. Here you can change, for example, if you want to have quicker video, for example, you can put 40. I think the default value is 50. Here's the guidance scale, another parameter that you can play with. And what will happen here? Here the video will be generated, and you can simply later on store or export this video to this file output.mp4, and this file will be actually saved in your model files. Okay, now before you run this code, make sure the following. Close everything that uses GPU resources. For example, you can see over here that Firefox is using GPU resources, and you can see this by typing here NVIDIA SMI, and you will see everything that uses computation resources of your GPU, and here is Firefox. So make sure that everything is closed such that you can release the GPU memory, and now you can start by simply pressing here and you will run the code. Or another way to run the code is to do Control-Shift-P, and search for Python. I made an error. Control-Shift-P, then Python select interpreter and click on your Python interpreter and run this code. And now be patient over here. Since it will take some time to run this code, on my NVIDIA 3090 GPU, it takes around 60 seconds to generate the video. Over here I have to correct myself. Originally I said that it takes around 60 seconds to execute this code. However, that's not the case. It's actually around 3 minutes, which is around 180 seconds. Okay, but still this is relatively good. Now let's inspect the file. So let's go over here and let's play the file. And here it is. Here is our panda, very cute panda playing guitar. And we can see another panda over there. Another panda comes in. Looks good, right? And of course, you need to fine-tune everything. This is still the crucial thing. For every image to video or text to video or text to image model, fine-tuning is crucial. If you now go to the official GitHub page of this project, you can read this. Before running the model, please refer to this guide to see how we use large models like GLM4, which is similar to GPT-4, to optimize the model. This is crucial because the model is trained with long prompts, and a good prompt directly impacts the quality of the video generation, and this is very important. So go over here and read more, or better to say inspect this code in order to figure out how to write the correct text prompt. And I noticed that this is really crucial. Okay, that's all for today, and thanks for watching, and see you in the next video tutorial.